What happened Monday night wasn't just scary to watch, but also heartbreaking. Players must be protected on and off the field, and rules need to change if we want to continue to watch the sport we love. Today, I'm going to be discussing the injuries that have taken place in the NFL the past year and discuss what the NFL should be doing to cater towards these players. But before we start this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more NFL content. With just 6 minutes left in the first quarter of the Bills-Bengals game, Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins and Bills safety Damar Hamlin tackled each other in what it looked like to be a normal NFL play. However, that was not the case. After getting up from the collision, Hamlin stood up and collapsed backwards, banging the back of his head in the process as well. He couldn't breathe. Hamlin went into cardiac arrest, and everyone tuning into the game couldn't bear to watch. His heart stopped, which meant for minutes on the field, he was dead. Ambulance was rushed onto the field, paramedics had to perform CPR and shocked him with a defibrillator to restart his heart's normal rhythm. Players from both sides surrounded Hamlin as no such scene should be televised. You have over 100 grown men who have given their lives to this game stand in silence with their hands on their head as tears roll down their face. The whole sports world suddenly stopped, and you can hear a pin drop in the stadium. It even got around quickly to the NBA as LeBron James sent his thoughts and prayers post-game, and even one of the first things Donovan Mitchell mentioned after dropping 71 points the same night was his thoughts for the Bills safety. It shocked the sports world and was truly horrific. Exactly 30 minutes after the collision at 9:25 p.m., Hamlin was sent off in the ambulance to go to a nearby hospital in Cincinnati. Head coaches Sean McDermott and Zach Taylor both agreed to end the game as both teams went into the locker room. Shortly after, Bills wide receiver Stefon Diggs took an Uber to the hospital to see his teammate. At first, security didn't let him in. However, Diggs persuaded as he said that he needed to be there for his teammate. Diggs wasn't the only one to support Damar at the hospital, as fans from both teams traveled to the nearby hospital to come together and share their thoughts and prayers for Damar. The NFL community and fans continue to pour out their support for Hamlin as the charity toy drive has now received over 150,000 donations. Damar has stated in the past that his goal for the foundation was to raise about $2,500. Prior to his collapse, the amount raised was $2,900. However, the foundation has now raised over $5 million since the incident. Well done to Bills Mafia, and well done to the NFL community. And as making this video, Damar sits in critical condition, unable to breathe on his own, and as much as it's sad to say, his chances on stepping on the football field are very slim. So, where do we go from here? We see time and time again, players suffer horrible, life-lasting injuries. There'll always be players who tear their ACL or break their foot and so on, and not to knock off those injuries because those injuries are obviously very, very hurtful injuries. However, can be dealt with one way or another. I'm talking about head injuries and the injuries that cost people their future. Especially this season, we have seen plenty. We saw in the Broncos-Colts game, Nyheim Hines suffer concussion as he wobbled to the ground. We saw Chris Olave versus Seattle suffering a concussion after getting slammed to the turf. We saw Russell Wilson left lifeless after this hit in Kansas. We saw Pat Freiermuth get knocked unconscious by Zach Cunningham. We saw Patrick Mahomes, the face of the NFL last year, struggle to stand up after this hit. And what's crazy about this is that all of these players continue to play throughout the season. And of course we have Tua, which by the way has already suffered 3 concussions this season, and quite frankly, I don't think he'll be on an NFL roster in 5 years' time, probably having to retire early based off these head injuries. It was even reported that he couldn't remember some plays in the Packers game. And I mean, I don't think he's lying, as after this hit versus the Packers, he went on to throw 3 interceptions and looked like he didn't even know how to play football. I haven't even mentioned his injury versus the Bills, where he clearly bangs the back of his head on the field and can't stand up straight because of it, yet NFL doctors cleared this man to go back and play as describing this injury as a back injury. Does that make sense? Does this not sound fishy? And then following that a couple weeks, this happens. Like... Even Joe Burrow has stated that he doesn't remember some games due to head trauma. In an interview with Colin Cowherd, Burrow admitted on multiple occasions that he has forgotten the second half of a game or entire game due to head trauma. Is that not concerning? And again, one of the most scariest injuries I've seen last year, Chargers Chiefs 4th and goal, when Chargers tight end Donald Parham suffered a head injury which knocked him unconscious, unable to respond. It is truly heartbreaking. Unfortunately, there will always be injuries in the NFL and always be head injuries. It's very hard to prevent it, however, something must be done. Players are risking their health, their lives, and the NFL needs to realize that. Damar Hamlin is 24 years old. His bonus is $160,000 and he earns $825,000 this year. If Damar Hamlin never plays another down in his life, he doesn't get another check in the NFL. Those medical bills will stack up, he'll have to pay for his kids' tuition, and he might even need extensive care for the rest of his life. The NFL must help, and right now they're not doing so. The disability policy for the NFL moved from $2,200 a month to just $4,000 a month in the last collective bargaining agreement. The NFL also has a private board that reviews all aspects with their doctors and their specialists. These NFL doctors can deny benefits. Even if Social Security claims you to be permanently disabled, the league can come back and deny it. Only 15% get approved by Social Security, so the league acts as if this number should be lowered. And since the CTE settlement, only 6% of the settlement has been paid according to the admin's website, and 60% of the claims have a qualifying diagnosis but have not been paid. They're also moving the pension, and the pension is eligible for when an athlete reaches 55. Damar Hamlin is 24, so God forbid the worst, Hamlin would have to wait 30 years for the pension. The NFL even lowered that pension from $5,600 a month to $3,000. And for those who state that some people have to work 10 years to make what Damar Hamlin makes in 1 year, and that the military and emergency service workers don't make that kind of money, that is not the point. The point is, no matter what your pay is, you are human, and if you are at risk of life, you deserve compensation. I believe that military workers and emergency workers deserve better pension and more benefits. However, that is a government issue. Their circumstance revolving around injuries within football is something that is controlled by the NFL. It is borderline corrupt. You have billionaire owners all across the league that aren't willing to put in more money to help aid players in the future and cater towards their health and safety. The NFL needs to have more guaranteed contracts, up the disability pay, up the pension pay, and take care of the players that make the money, because without these players, the NFL would be nothing. These young men are going out there and risking their lives on the football field. Everyone is talking about making up these games, but nobody is talking about what this man is about to go through. The league doesn't properly take care of the men that churn out billions of dollars for these owners, and I'm going to end off this video with one quote. Bernie Kosar, former NFL quarterback, once stated that the NFL is waiting for us to die. Something needs to happen. Change must occur. If you're still here, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more NFL content. And let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Take care. Peace.